Hello friends, hope you are doing well. Today we will study preparation of itinerary, role and selection of travel agency. Let us start with a common scenario. There is a tourist who has come to the great Mughal city of Agra to see one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal. However, he is upset because on reaching Agra, he found that the Taj Mahal was closed on that particular day for some renovation work. He had his flight booked for visiting Khajuraho the next day and he would be missing the world famous attraction for which he had actually come to Agra. It seems that his agent had not planned his itinerary properly. Itinerary planning. Let us first know the meaning of the term itinerary planning. Itinerary planning is the linking of all journey points of the traveller's journey, that is, from the origin point and in between stopping points for sightseeing at the destination and back to the point of origin. This is not the case always, as sometimes the tourist may not come back to the point of origin. Itinerary planning is one of the major functions of any travel agency. The travel agencies sell ready-made package tours to their clients or may design customized itineraries as per the requirement of the client. Itinerary planning has to be done carefully as many details need to be considered like sightseeing, time taken, meals, weather, monument information, the timings of the monuments and its closure, transportation arrangement and so on. Some of the resources for planning the itinerary include brochures for the tourists, railway and airline timetables, guidebooks and magazines, government and tourist offices and internet. Once you get all the information from your client or tourist, the next job is to plan the itinerary as per the client's requirement. Please take a look at the screen for a sample itinerary. It talks about a college trip that has been planned for 3 days. You can see that on day 1, the group of students leave their institute by a bus and reach the destination in 5 hours. Remaining part of the first day is planned for sightseeing. They come back to the hotel for a sound sleep at night. Similarly, the itinerary for day 2 and day 3 has been planned. Please take a moment to go through it. Tour cost planning. The next important thing after planning the itinerary is to calculate the tour cost for the itinerary planned. The costs that need to be considered while calculating the tour cost include hotel, meals, transportation, entrance fees, miscellaneous fees and markup. Friends, as a travel agent, you should be aware of the various types of hotels available at the destination and keep yourself updated of the different category of hotels, types of rooms, tariff plans, extra bed rate, taxes and meals. The tariff plans differ as per the season at most of the tourist destinations, that is regular, season, off season and weekend tariff. Many hotels give a special discount to corporate as well as large groups depending on the size of the group. Many hotels include different meals in the tariff. The tourist can also have her meals as per the a la carte menu and can pay for their own meals. While doing the costing of the transportation, you have to consider the various modes of travel undertaken by the tourist like airways, railways and the ground transport, as the cost varies depending on the type of vehicle used. English speaking and foreign language licensed guides are provided by the India tourism offices of the Ministry of Tourism. Authorized local guides are also available at most of the tourist attractions. As a travel agent, you should have the list of the approved tourist guides available along with other contact details. The guides are available for half day, full day, night halt and for outstation assistance. Charges are as applicable by the rate decided by Ministry of Tourism. Thus, the travel agent while doing the tour cost needs to include the guide charges as well. Escorts are normally provided by the tour operator for the group tours. To find out the per person cost of the guide, the total guide charges need to be divided by the number of people travelling. Miscellaneous costs will be included if cultural shows or any other types of entertainment are provided by the travel agent. Other charges such as porterage or taxes such as airport taxes, toll taxes, entrance fees at tourist attractions can be given as a supplement to the tourist or included in the tour cost. Lastly, the markup cost, which is one of the main sources of income of the travel agency. It has to be added to the per person cost of the tour to get the final tour cost. Apart from the commission earned from the hotel and other transport services, the travel agencies charge some amount as markup or service charges, as they have to meet the expenses of running the travel agency. The amount charged as markup varies from one travel agency to another. Role of travel agencies. Most tourism revolves around travel agencies and tour operators. The travel agency business is not very old. The first travel agency was set up by Thomas Cook in 1841, as he discovered accidentally that packaging of travel services could be a profitable business. He arranged a trip by a train for 570 members of his society to a distance of 22 miles. He acted as an agent by buying tickets in bulk to sell to other members on a no profit basis. But it gave him an opportunity to discover that this could be a profitable business. Later, he also introduced travelers' checks and hotel coupons, eliminating the need of cash in travel. However, it was the introduction of the air travel which boosted up the travel agency business. Holiday travel by air became cheaper than travel by sea. When the civil airlines evolved, the responsibility of selling tickets was taken by the retail travel agents. The retail travel agent must be distinguished from the tour operator. These two functions are often performed by the same company. A retail travel agent is the one who acts on behalf of a principal, that is, the original provider of tourist services such as a hotel company, an airlines, a shipping company or a tour operator. The retail travel agent sells the principal's services and is rewarded by a commission on sale, but he undertakes no liability for the principal's services. On the other hand, the tour operator buys the individual elements in the travel product on his own account and combines them in such a way that he is selling a package of travel, the tour, to his clients. He is remunerated by a markup on the prices he has paid to the providers of the services which make up the package. The retail travel agent is just a retailer, while the tour operator is a manufacturer of a particular travel product. The retail travel agent provides a convenient location where the intending tourist may seek information about his travel plans, and then a location where he may purchase the various travel products he needs. The retail travel agent also normally provides ancillary travel services such as obtaining travelers' checks, foreign exchange, passport and visa. The retail travel agent buys neither the seat nor the bed nor the tour from the principal until he has a customer standing at his counter. He relieves the principal of the need to open his own sales outlets over a wide area. The functions of a travel agent are to provide information, to provide access to principal stock via the reservation systems, and to facilitate travel arrangements by providing various ancillary services. Travel agents are not the only retailers of travel products. Airlines and tour operators possess a number of retail outlets too. Shipping companies have done likewise, and the individual hotels of international hotel chains are acting as agents. Only those agents who possess a principal's appointment or license are eligible for commission on sales of the principal's tickets. Since 50% of a travel agent's turnover arises from airline ticket sales, the possession of an ITA license is important. There are 4 major sources of income for a travel agent. They are commission on the sales he makes of his principal's services, commission earned from ancillary services such as travel insurance and charges made for such services as traveller's checks, income earned from short term investment of money received from his customers as deposit, and profit from the sale of his own tours if he operates as a tour operator. Friends, there are 4 main types of retail travel agencies. First, business house agency, catering mainly for the travel needs of commercial and industrial firms. Such agencies incur high staff and office costs since they are located near their clients in city centers. Second, city center agency, located in or near to main shopping centers. They need a high turnover to justify the city center costs. Third, country town agency. This type is most profitable with a mix of business and holiday traffic. And fourth, suburban agency, principally selling tours but with a marked seasonal pattern of business. Functions of a modern travel agency. The functions of a modern travel agency have widened much after the introduction of air travel. Let us discuss the most important functions of a travel agency. Travel information. A retail travel agent provides necessary travel information to the general public. The intending tourists come to the office of the travel agent and seek information regarding their proposed visit. The travel agent should be a very knowledgeable man and should share up-to-date and concrete information relating to travel. He must have great communication skills and he must be thorough in the art of catching the potential customers. The knowledge of foreign language is a desirable qualification for those working in a travel agency. Preparation of itineraries. A tourist journey involves preparation of different types of itineraries. There are different means of transport with their respective advantages and disadvantages. A travel agent advises the potential tourist to choose the most convenient course. Liaison with providers of service. A travel agent should maintain constant contact with the providers of various services like the transport companies, hotel managers and providers of surface transport like motor cars from airport to hotel and for sightseeing, etc. Ticketing. Selling tickets to tourists for different modes of transport like air, rail and sea is a very important function of a travel agent. Ticketing is not an easy job as the range of international airfares is very complex. Computerized reservation system CRS has revolutionized the reservation system for both air and train tickets and also for booking a room in a hotel. Provision of foreign currencies. Provision of foreign currency to an intending foreign tourist is an important function of a travel agent. The Government of India allows an Indian traveller going abroad 10,000 United States dollars. The travel agent will arrange for the purchase of foreign exchange on behalf of his intending travellers. This facility will save a lot of time and harassment for the intending tourists. Insurance. Assistance towards getting an insurance for personal accident risks and risk of loss of baggage is an important function of a travel agent. The idea of buying a package of travel, accommodation and perhaps some ancillary services such as entertainment became established in Western Europe in the 1960s. By 1970, tour operation had become a full-fledged part of tourism. Its growth was spectacular. Today, in most countries which are generators of tourism, tour operation is the dominating feature of the holiday market. Selection of travel agent. Too many agencies and agents promote themselves as offering the cheapest travel options. But for most of us and most of the time, we do not want simply the cheapest. We do not buy the cheapest car, the cheapest clothes or the cheapest food. We want the most suitable and the best value options that are seldom also the cheapest. An agent that has a blinkered approach to always offering only the cheapest is rarely the agent you want to work with. We have to select an agent that will be most sensitive to our needs and best match them to the travel products available. There are 4 main factors that go to make up the ideal travel agent for you. We will discuss these one by one. First, ability to understand you and your needs. A good travel agent will ask a lot of questions. For example, if you ask an agent something as seemingly simple as, I want to travel from Mumbai to Delhi on Monday and return on Friday, they should proceed to ask you a bunch of questions. Let us see which. Do you want non-stop flights, or are you prepared to accept 1 or 2 or more stopovers if it will save you money? Which Mumbai area airport is most convenient for you to travel from, the domestic or the international? Would you be prepared to fly to an airport close to Delhi and then drive a distance so as to save money? At what time of day do you want to leave and arrive? Is there a special event that you must be present in Delhi to attend, and if so, when is that event? Maybe the agent will then recommend you to change your travel plans and travel earlier or choose a flight that is more reliable for on-time arrivals. Are you willing to travel a day earlier or later if it will save you money? Are you willing to accept a restricted fare, or might you need to buy a more expensive fare so as to be able to more easily make changes later? What is your preferred airline? What other airlines will you also consider? And are there any airlines you refuse to travel on? Are you going to attend any type of convention or other meeting that might have special fares available? What are your frequent flyer numbers, and if there is a choice, which airline programs do you prefer to use to get credit first? Do you have any seating preferences? Do you have any dietary needs? How will you pay for the fare and when? Are there any other factors that they need to know in order to best arrange your travels? Do you also need a rental car? Lots more questions will follow if you say yes. And accommodation? Again, lots more questions. Or are there any other associated travel needs you might have? Alright, so those were 15 different topics of discussion they will talk through with you just to book a simple round trip domestic air ticket. Of course, as you become a regular customer, they won't need to ask you all these questions every time, because they will already know many of the answers. If you are thinking about choosing a new agent to help with your domestic air travel, see how they respond if you ask for help with an airfare. Maybe they won't ask all 15 questions, but plainly the more they try to understand your needs, the better they are. If you are thinking about trusting your trip of a lifetime vacation to a travel agent, then a good agent will want to know even more about you and the other people you are traveling with, so as to ensure that the style of travel and experiences and everything in your vacation are in line with what you all appreciate and enjoy. A good travel agent will always be focused on you, not just on the travel they are selling to you. They will describe everything in terms of your expectations. They will be interviewing you and perhaps asking more questions of you than you ask to them about their travel products. A bad agent will simply be selling at you without pausing to think about who you are and what your needs and interests are. Second, knowledge. Friends, if the travel agent doesn't know more than you about the travel products you are wanting to buy, then their ability to add value is sharply reduced. Some travel agents insist they can be an expert on everything, everywhere in the world. This is, alas, a completely unrealistic claim. Maybe many years ago, when other sources of public knowledge were less accessible, it was sufficient for a travel agent to simply rely on the information sources in their office when helping clients with all their travels. But the wealth of general information that we as travelers can now access means that the level of knowledge and expertise that a travel agent must offer in order to add value to travel planning has greatly increased. Travel agents are increasingly becoming more narrowly specialized. There are two types of travel agents on the basis of knowledge. In some cases, you don't need a travel agent with destination knowledge, just product knowledge. For example, if you are traveling to Manali for the 5th time in 5 years, your main need is for an agent that is familiar with hotels and who can access good package deals for your stay. The agent might never have visited Manali, but that does not matter. You already know all you need to know about Manali and probably already know the hotel you want to stay at. All you need is a travel package comprising things that you already know all about yourself. But if you are traveling for the first time to Australia, you need an agent who can tell you where to visit and what to see and do. If you are planning a trip to a major and reasonably popular destination such as Australia, it is reasonable to expect that the travel agent you are choosing to help you has already visited the country and has some personal knowledge of the destination. An increasing number of destinations now offer travel agent training programs. If you are going to a particular country, you should call that country's government tourist office and ask them to recommend a good travel agent to you. If you are going cruising, the agent should have been on at least a similar ship operated by the same cruise line and also have some familiarity with the region of the world you will be cruising. Example, Alaska, Mediterranean, Caribbean, etc. Third, general competencies. Some agents work only part time, others work full time. In general, a full time agent is going to be more experienced and more up to date with developments for the simple reason they are working 40 plus hours a week at their job. They will also be more conveniently available to you and to suppliers that they are working with on your behalf. Some agents work as an inside agent, that is, they are an employee of the travel agency and work full time inside that agency and have full access to all the agency's support services. Other agents work as an outside agent. These people are more like independent contractors and often have to supply all their own resources, in return for which they share the commissions and fees they earn with a partner travel agency. Outside agents can be good, especially if they narrowly specialize in only one type of travel. But you have to seriously question the professional commitment of an agent who is both part-time and also an outside and not inside agent. If you are dealing with an outside agent, find out who their partner travel agency is. It should be a reputable local agency, and find out what their personal background and training as a travel agent is. Indeed, in all cases, it is fair to ask the travel agent how many years they have been in the business and what types of travel related qualifications they have. Some agents are very proud of a CTC, Certified Travel Counselor qualification. Agents with a CTC have a demonstrated commitment to personal advancement and learning within the travel field. Other travel qualifications that some agents might claim are a certificate from a travel school or perhaps a CTA, a lesser version of the CTC, Certified Travel Associate, or a DS, Destination Specialist status. There are also MCC agents, Master Cruise Counselors, agents that have visited many cruise ships. Fourth, other issues. Of course, many of the points we discussed how to choose a travel agency also apply to how to choose a travel agent. In particular, recommendations from friends can be very helpful. Here's an interesting suggestion. If you are meeting with an agent in person, see if you can watch how they use their computer screen. If they are looking for flights for you, do they just look at one screen full of information, or do they flip through 2 or 3 screens of flight information? Assuming you have indicated some flexibility in your travel arrangements and that there is more than one screen of flight options, a good travel agent will look through multiple screens of flight options. A bad agent will only look through the first screen of flights, perhaps as few as 4 or so different flight choices. Subjectively, do you like the agent? If the agent is someone that you feel comfortable with, that will help you to relax and interact with them a great deal more. Is the agent easy to contact, and does he/she always spend as much time as you need when you call them? Do they return calls promptly and always have sensible answers to your questions? Friends, I will give you an important suggestion now. Listen carefully. If you want a travel agent to work hard and well for you, you need to incentivize them accordingly. You need to explain to them that you are indeed seriously committed to dealing with them and their agency, and that their time and effort spent researching travel products for you will indeed be rewarded by your subsequent purchase of travel through them. These days, travel agents can spot a shopper a mile away, a person who picks their brains for free advice, but who then does not reward the free advice with their business. Alright, with this we have come to the end of this session. We have studied how to plan an itinerary, different components of cost to be considered while planning the itinerary, role of travel agencies, functions of a modern travel agency, and 4 major factors to be considered while choosing a travel agent. I am sure you have been very attentive in today's session and will use all this knowledge for a successful career in the travel and tourism industry. Thank you and have a good day ahead.